everybody, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I am outside, which is a little bit unusual, and hopefully you can hear me over these cars driving by and blah blah blah. But today's video is going to be about interracial dating. Now, I have been in an interracial relationship for over 2 years now. I've known Daniel for about 2.5 years, and next week is our 2-year anniversary of us actually dating. It took me a while to agree to date him because, you know, parents and all that. So I figured it's about time for me to make a video about it. It's something that interferes with my life a lot. It has changed it completely due to racism and blah blah blah, but I will get into that at the end. So the first thing, I made a list of struggles of interracial dating, is old people staring. Now, I'm in the South where there's a lot of racism still. You can say there's not all you want to, but there is. And a lot of old people, if we go out to eat or anything, kind of stare at us a bit. They kind of look like, why are those two together? And it's something you kind of get used to. You kind of get used to looking like the person out, like, oh, why is she with him, blah, blah, blah. But you get used to it after a while. It's a little bit annoying when you get stares at, especially from old people, because they have no problem just staring at someone. And yeah, it's kind of annoying. The second thing is, people always assume that I only date outside of my race, and that is not true. People think that, oh, you're dating a black guy, you must only date black guys. No, that's not true. I've only dated white guys up until Daniel, and yeah, I have no problem dating inside my race whatsoever. I've always found white guys attractive, and just this time I found a black guy attractive, and he happens to be really great. So yeah, I have no problem saying, oh no, I'm not exclusive to black guys. People usually assume that, or they kind of think like you're off limits after you date a black guy or something like that, or any guy else. I keep saying black, but you can date anybody outside your race if you want to. I don't care. Yeah, they always assume you're exclusive to that race you're dating and no other one, which is not true. People assuming that, number 3 is people assuming that I am just friends with him. If I go into his job, which I do pretty much every day to give him something, people assume that I'm just a friend, or I don't know. They do never assume that we're together. They assume that I'm a friend dropping something off, or maybe that I know him from somewhere else, but people don't assume that we're dating. Number 4, this one's a little bit weird. Different last names. People always assume we have different last names, and yeah, we do, but there is always the possibility that, you know, we would get married one day and never, you know, I would take his last name. People always assume that we have different last names. We recently moved, and when we filled out papers to like change our address and put it in our lease and everything, people assumed we had different last names. When we went to post office to change our address, we went together, and they were like, okay, we'll get you 2 different ones because I know you have separate last names. Like, okay, why do you assume we have separate last names? Number 5 is, talking about race is still pretty uncomfortable. We don't like to talk about race. We make comments all the time about, oh, that's racist. When something's black or white, we make a lot of jokes about that's racist, but we don't really talk about race. I don't like to discuss what I don't know about black culture. He doesn't like to assume everything about white people, and it's just not comfortable for us to talk about, so we try to avoid it. I've had a lot of issues with it, like the whole race thing, so I don't like talking about it. It makes me kind of uncomfortable. Number 6, people assume that I'm a fetish or like a specialty item for him, and that's not true. He's dated other white girls before and other races, and then, you know what, it's not true. There are some people who think, there are a lot of people who think that you're a specialty or a fetish, and it is based off a lot, because a lot of times people will sleep with you automatically and assume, oh, you're just a fetish. And yeah, there are a lot of people who do that. There are a lot of people who will just sleep with you because you're a specialty item, especially if you're a white girl dating a black guy. I see that a lot. Number 7 is all about mixed babies. If people always say, oh, you're gonna have such cute mixed babies, and it's not false. Mixed babies are pretty cute. But I don't like people just assuming, oh, you're gonna make such cute mixed babies. Not everybody's made for kids, and just because we're interracial doesn't mean we're planning to have cute little mixed children. It's not true at all. Number 8, people assume that I know a lot about black culture and that he knows a lot about white culture. I don't know that much about black culture. I was raised in a really racist family, and I don't know much. And he, oftentimes when we're drinking or something and something comes up about race or watching a video or something, he just automatically assumes that I know nothing. And a lot of the times it is true. I'm a little bit out of, I don't know that much about it. And I'm not going to lie about that, but people just assume you're ignorant to everything, and that's not completely true. They assume you either know everything or you're completely ignorant about everything and try to ignore their race. I don't try to ignore race whatsoever. But people try to assume that you either know everything or you know absolutely nothing. Number 9 is something I have to struggle with a lot. Number 9 is getting the right lighting that makes both of you look good in photos, and it is practically impossible. Now, I try to take a lot of selfies with them or a lot of videos. He's been in some of my vlogs, you've probably seen them already. I will, of course, attach pictures of us together at the end of the video, and I don't know. It's really hard to get lighting that I don't look super white and pale and he looks good, or either I look really good and highlighted and he looks really dark and you can't even see him. It is really hard to get the right lighting because either we both look, one of us looks good and the other one looks terrible, vice versa, but we never both look really great together, and the times that we do get good pictures together are really rare, and usually when we're wearing sunglasses or something like that. You gotta find the right lighting in an interracial relationship to take selfies with. Number 10 is finding matching Halloween costumes that don't make you look like a remix version of yourself. Now, say I wanted to do like Daphne from Scooby-Doo and he wanted to be Fred. It's gonna look like he's a remix because he has such a dark skin, and I don't want to do something really lame. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to find costumes that go with two races together for a couple. And if we have to find couples costumes, he's gonna be like a remix or I'm gonna be like a remix of a different character, and it's just not adorable. Number 11 is checking out in line. People assume when you're like going through the grocery line or something that you're not with that person, and that man will take you over here when you're standing right beside him, like you're impatiently waiting in line or something. No, I'm with him. You don't have to check me out separately. We're together. But if you see like a couple, like let's say you just see like a black couple together, people just assume they're together. If you see a white couple together, people assume they're together. But no, they're always trying to separate us and try to, I don't know. They always think we're not together, and it's really annoying. Number 12 is people asking if you can hook someone up with that other race that you're dating. So if someone is to ask me, oh, I'm interested in a black guy, can you hook me up? No, I cannot. Can you hook me up with another white person? I don't know everybody of the other race. I know the person I am with. I'm not going to try to hook you up with someone of the other race. You can find your own. Number 13 is people always wondering how this relationship happened. Just like any other relationship did. I don't know why you're acting like it's something different. Like, oh my gosh, you're dating a black guy? How did this happen? I met him at work. Pretty simple, just like everyone else in the entire world. We find him in regular ways. It's not like I was going to some like, I want a black guy party and then found him there. No, it's not like I picked him out of a lineup of like available black guys. No. You find him just like anybody else. And that's how that happened. Number 14 is, have you always dated them? People assume that you've always been into this one type of person, and that's not at all true. Just like any other dating, you're not going to find someone who just likes musicians or someone who just likes military guys. I don't just like black guys. I've only dated the one I'm with now, and yeah, people just assume that you're exclusive to this kind and that you've always been this kind of person, and there are some people who are like that. I know a girl who has only dated black guys, never been interested in a white guy, and that's good for her, but do not assume that I'm exclusive to this brand or type of person, because I'm not. Number 15 is the biggest one of all, family. People assume that no one's gonna get it in your family, and they're always like, oh, do your parents know? Blah, 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 blah. Does your family know about this? And I'm not trying to keep it a secret. I had a huge falling out with my family 2 years ago. June or July, one of those two, would make 2 years since I've seen or talked to my parents. And you know what? That sounds really bad, and that's not my fault. I chose to date who I wanted to date. They didn't even know I was dating them at the time, and we split ways. We don't talk to each other. I don't hear from them. I don't see them, and I'm terrible to say, I'm really happy with that, because I don't want to deal with someone who's going to tell me that if I'm going to get pregnant in like a month of dating him, and they hope my little dies and blah blah blah, and that they're going to plant cocaine in my boyfriend's house and break into it and get him arrested and get me away from him, and that I hope I die, I'm dead to them, steal money out of my bank account so I can't live. And I don't want that kind of person in my life. I do not feel the need to deal with that. And so if you watched my Why Makeup is Important to Me video, then you know that I did struggle with like financially about, I don't know, a year and a half ago, because I had absolutely nothing. Like a tank top and a pair of shorts was pretty much it, that my little makeup bag. And that's because my parents saw me kissing Daniel in a car after work. He popped out of a ditch, saw me kissing him in the car because I was going to ride home, and that was it. I left the house that morning because I was told I was going to get sent away somewhere, and my life was absolutely done and ruined, that if I breathe the wrong way I'm going to fucking feel it. And I did not want to deal with that threat. It was very threatening. I got out of that situation, and I haven't talked to them. I am glad I had my license on me. That's the only form of ID I had on me at the time. I didn't have any money. My debit card was canceled within hours of me being gone. My paycheck, which went in the next morning, I was unable to get because they had removed my name from my account. So about $500 was taken from me. I didn't have anything. I saw my parents' car driving by our little apartment when they found out where he lived all the time, and I was terrified for my life. I've had nightmares for a year now. And yeah, it's just not a good situation. I haven't talked to them for 2 years, and I couldn't keep it that way because it's not appropriate. Alright, you guys, so I moved inside because there were some people outside, and I didn't want them to hear me talking about this. But no, financially, me and Daniel had to do it on our own. He was working part-time, and he volunteered to take care of me, kind of. It was kind of like forced on him, and I'm really sorry for that still to this day. I can't make it up for him for what he's done for me. But it took me like 6 months to find a job. Finally found a job, and I still have the same one now. I'm not going to tell you where I work, no. But, yeah, I've had to do everything on my own. I don't have any support from my parents helping me financially, starting from scrap. So buying clothes and getting a vehicle for us to use and everything like that has been on me on my own, and it's been really difficult. So trying to find a wardrobe to go to a job interview in with no money whatsoever, and trying to get a vehicle from scrap because I was walking to work for like 5 months, and it was a really, really far walk for me, and it was really rough. But because my parents were so racist, and they're probably going to watch this video eventually when someone from my family shares it to them, which I hope to God you do not do that. No one from my family contact my parents about this, because I don't want to hear from them. I don't want them to hear about me or anything like that. Do not talk to them or anybody else in the family who's going to talk to them about this, because it is none of anyone's concern. I'm facing it on my own, and I'm okay with it. Don't take that in the wrong way. But yeah, so because of racism, I have to take everything on my own, and people assume, oh, your parents must hate you for dating a black guy. It is true on my part, but not everyone is like that. Not everyone has the situation I do. So I felt like, because racism has completely changed my life, from having 5 cars to drive a day to walking to work and not being able to get groceries because you can't stuff them in a taxi cab, really sucks. And I felt like it was important to point out the struggles of being in an interracial relationship, because not a lot of people ever think about it when they see us together, and there are some things we have to deal with that other people don't. But I would not change my relationship for the world. I am very happy with Daniel. I think we only get better as time goes on, and I'm excited for this weekend where we have our 2-year anniversary, and even though we're gonna be kind of broke for it, it's gonna be really awesome. And yeah, interracial relationship is nice. It's very, I like it. I like him. I don't care if he's black. I like him. So thank you guys, and I know it's a little bit different than my regular videos, and I will see you all in the next one. I put out new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, plus vlogs, and every once in a while I add a little extra video for the week. And yeah, so please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!